Good morning, boys and girls of GameSpot. The title at the top should explain what's going on, but if you're watching from one of your illegal streams, this is now playing for Batman Arkham City. I'm Kurtis said. On my left is the actually confident Carolyn Pettit.
Yes.
Carolyn,
Yes.
what's it been like to be both nocturnal and blood-sucking?
Well, I don't know if we want to talk about the blood sucking. We want to. Well, we want to like avoid spoilers, so if there's any potential vampire elements or anything, we probably should shy away from that. I do want to say before we get started that, in all honesty, we are going to be looking at the early parts of the story mode of Arkham Asylum, and if you're sensitive to spoilers, you may not want to watch because we are going to be going through that, and we're not going to be able to. Yeah, you bunch of crybabies. We can't avoid spoiling certain things. So
we're going to spoil the ending in the next, 20 seconds. So if you don't want to see that, shut this off right now and run away from your computer.
Okay. But having said that, I mean, obviously my review is up. I love the game. The game is, I think it's outstanding.
So you gave it like a 15 out of 10?
I did. I gave it. Unfortunately, they wouldn't let me go quite that high. They said I had to actually keep the score within the 1 to 10 scale.
Did Justin just frown at you and not even say a word?
Yes, he said a few things in British, which I don't speak
It's
British.
a foreign language.
Yeah.
Nobody understands it, not even the British.
Right. So maybe we should kick things off here. We are going to be starting the game a few minutes in because the intro, the very first few minutes of the game are kind of special and something that we do want you to be able to experience for yourself. So the very beginning is not something we're going to show, but we're going to pick up just a short while into the game as Batman is in the super prison of Arkham City, and I believe so as you can see here, he's trying to decode a radio broadcast.
At the moment, I believe it was Tommy Lee Jones has just kidnapped Halle Berry, and it's now time for Adam West to go save her.
Okay. You watch a few too many movies, Kurtis.
They're good shows.
So yeah, what's actually happening is that, to be clear for those of you who don't understand Kurtis's bizarre references, is that Two-Face has kidnapped Catwoman, and Batman is going to, his first real objective in Arkham City is to go and attempt to rescue her.
Two-Face have his fun. Understood.
And of course, Hugo Strange is the one controlling the entire city.
No,
Yeah.
it does not. Mr. Dent's predilection for all things binary may not bode well for Miss Kyle.
If there's one person in Arkham City who knows what's really going on, it's her.
So you get a look here at the rooftops, the skyline, of Arkham City, and one of my favorite things about this game is just the world in which it takes place. It's so full of detail. Hey, it's just so full of detail, so many things to discover, and now, Kurtis is gonna mix things up here.
Yep, why not beat up some baddies?
Yeah. So, if you played Arkham Asylum, you're familiar with that game's combat system. It's based mainly on, on melee attacks and counters. And to counter when those lines appear over an enemy's head, it means that they're about to attack. And if you press the counter button, Batman will kind of turn the energy of their attack against them. But if maybe, say you played the heck out of Arkham Asylum and you're really familiar with the combat system and you think the counter lines make it too easy, you do have the option here of starting on a hard difficulty mode that removes those counters. So you can kind of customize the experience.
Yeah, not only does it remove the counters while in combat, it will also remove the QTEs as well. So even in a cutscene, you won't even know that you're supposed to press a button. And every battle ends with that cinematic puncher kick.
Which I love. I think it gives the ends of battles a real impact. We are playing this on this is the PS3 version that we're playing, in case you're wondering. I played both versions when I was working on the review, and didn't. You know, both of them are gorgeous and perform really well. I didn't have any noticeable, you know, significant differences between the two versions.
Do you want to explain why exactly we are playing on the PS3, or?
Well, I'm hoping that that's something that's been fixed with a patch. I haven't actually had a chance to look at that. We were experiencing on the 360. Ever since a recent Xbox Live update that took place a few days ago, Batman Arkham City has not been running properly on 360s. A bizarre error message about corrupt DLC keeps popping up. But now that the game is out,
hopefully they fixed it.
I'm assuming that they put out a patch that will resolve that issue for all of you buying the game and hoping to play it today.
Yes, and since I mainly played on the PS3, you'll be watching me play. So I bet 95% of the comments are going to be, "Hey, Kurtis, you suck. Get somebody else to do this."
There might be some of that.
This court is now in session.
So, obviously, Two-Face has a whole mess of guys in there, but as long as you take out that guy with the gun, all the other dudes who don't have guns will not pose much of a problem. And as you can, they're all blue except for Two-Face, who's orange because he has a gun. Your detective mode is a good way of getting a sense of what's going to happen in battles. The animation in the fights in this game, I think, is just outstanding. The way Batman kind of flows his moves together and his counters, turning enemies' attacks against them. I think it just really keeps the fighting exciting from start to finish.
Objection.
Oh! Two-Face pulling a little Phoenix right there before blasting you down.
Heads or tails, kitty cat?
Which one lets me out of here alive?
Not this one. Time to die.
I vote for a stay of execution.
So I'm guessing there are a lot of bad puns in this game.
Well, you've played it enough of it, you should know.
No good.
There are a fair number. Catwoman enjoys her cat puns.
Two guns, bitch.
Speaking of Catwoman, we should say that if you buy the game new, you do get a code that lets you play as Catwoman, and she has story chapters that intersect with Batman's experiences throughout the story. If you don't buy the game new, you can purchase access to Catwoman for, I believe, $10. So it is a way that they're trying to incentivize you to purchase the game brand new.
Yeah, you should install it before you actually start the game because you'll be playing as Catwoman pretty early on.
Yeah, you do want to, if you are going to, the best way to experience her story stuff is integrated through the story. If you purchase it later, you can always go back and play her chapters separately.
Never heard of it.
That's not what I wanted to hear.
So we've got a question, users asking, what gadgets do you have at the start of the game? Do you even have, you have the batarangs?
Yeah, you have your batarangs. I believe you have the bat claw. You might have your mines as well, the kind of explosive
Well,
gel.
there's an easy way for us to find out when you have gameplay again is to push the D-pad and we'll see exactly what Batman's got in his arsenal. So we'll check on that in just a second. Here's an important story moment about to happen here.
The ex-district attorney here said something. What the hell?
See you soon, bats.
This place is dangerous. I like it. You expecting a kiss?
It was Joker. You're not safe here. No one is.
9 lives, remember?
So let's take a quick look and just see what gadgets you've got there.
Yeah, we're supposed to be scanning this crime scene, but let's take the time to look at these.
So, okay, yeah.
Yeah, we have our bat explosives.
Okay, your explosive gel, which I love the way that he sort of makes a vaguely bat symbol-like shape with
Almost like a
with
smiley face, too.
Well, yeah. I don't,
and you can lay down 3 of these if you really want to.
Yeah. Okay, so you've got that one. Okay, go all out. And then you've got the bat claw, which is very useful. Okay.
As well as the batarangs.
The batarangs.
And you could, well, not that version, but.
Well, that's the grapnel gun that lets you grapple onto things.
And while you're on the ground, you can throw them very quickly.
Right, right. Well, so yeah, the quick fire gadgets are kind of a new thing in the combat in Arkham City. You can actually, unlike in the first game, you can use your explosive gel, for instance, in the heat of battle and not lose your combo. You can just, with a press of a button, you can throw some explosive gel, for instance, down on the ground and then detonate it, which is good for knocking thugs off their feet. There's a number of quick fire gadgets that you can use to, in the midst of battle. Much more so than before. So you need to switch to detective mode.
Well, the other gadget here is the.
Oh yeah. This is just good for like listening in on the police scanner or the radio station.
Yeah, if you want to hear Gotham FM like for an hour or so, you can just log into this.
Unfortunately, you can't have it playing, like keep it playing
like
as you go around.
Like smooth jazz in the background.
You know, Batman might like a little smooth jazz as he's. So one, I really like, Batman isn't just a guy who can really kick some butt. He's also one of the greatest detectives in the world, and I love that this game kind of works that in with moments like this where you have to scan. It's in the window on the other side, I think, where you have to scan. The entry point is in a window on the other side. You have to scan environments. So right now we're tracing the trajectory of the bullet that Joker fired at Catwoman to get a sense of where the bullet came from. And there's actually a number of side quests in this game, totally optional things you can do that make great use of a lot of Batman side characters, and some of those really draw on this sort of thing of like, where did a bullet come from, or investigating crime scenes to determine who the killer was, things like that.
Protocol 10 will commence in 10 hours.
This courthouse is the Solomon Wayne courthouse. It's obviously part of Wayne's family history, and one of my favorite things about the game is just that the whole city has a real sense of history. And as you go through the game, you kind of discover more about that history of this part of town, and by solving Riddler riddles and things like that, it just fills out the history of the world somewhat.
Still in there? I think so. I can hear someone in there. Keep that door shut, man. I don't want to go head to head.
This is Air Tiger 3. We have visual on Batman. Awaiting
Little finishing move on the ground there.
Continue to monitor his progress, but do not engage. We have special plans for Batman.
Of course, the danger of that finishing move is you need to have a moment to pull it off because you're vulnerable to attack from other thugs while you're performing it.
Yeah, countering while doing that finishing move is really hard to do. You can do it, but it takes really fast timing.
Batman is clear. All freaks are down.
So, Curtis, why don't you stop right there on the roof and let's just take a look at that. Well, okay, that's perfect too. Yeah. So, I want to talk just briefly about Riddler stuff. Throughout the city, there are Riddler trophies, which you might remember from Arkham Asylum. However, some of them, okay, in Arkham Asylum, they were basically a thing that if you just found them, they were kind of hidden away, and if you found them, you could pick them up. In this one, there are trophies like that, but a lot more of them are sort of in plain sight. You can see them, but you can't pick them up because they're locked in these cages, and unless you figure out exactly what you have to do to grab them. Now this was a rather simple one. You just trigger the switch and the gate opens and you can pick up the trophy. But a lot of the mechanisms for grabbing those are quite a bit more complicated, and you know, they're like puzzles. They are puzzles, and so it's I find it a kind of more rewarding experience than it was in the first game of having to figure out how do I get that Riddler trophy. I can see it; it's right there, but you know, it's not. I can't just pick it up.
Let's see. Yeah, for this instant one, you would have to open this down here and dive bomb quickly. I'm going to attempt to do it once or twice, but if I, you know, can't get the timing of it, we'll just skip on to the next story mission.
Well, it's cool to show off the dive bomb move anyway. I mean, that's one of my favorite things. So, yeah, there you go.
Ooh.
Hey, got it. So yeah, getting around the city, you glide and you use your dive bomb, which is when you sort of plummet straight down, and that builds up momentum, and then you can pull up out of that to get some upward lift. So once you get the hang of it, you're able to kind of dive and lift and just almost, you know, basically fly around the city, and it's a really fun way to travel. It's So we know that the bullet that almost hit Catwoman came from this church here. So Batman's going to investigate.
Looks like Harley Quinn is inside.
That dreadful woman no doubt setting a trap for you.
Don't worry, Alfred. Quinn never was too smart. I'll be okay.
I like how he holds his ear, kind of like Marcus Phoenix.
It's very Gears of War, the whole holding the ear thing, yes.
At least he doesn't yell for like Robin to revive him. Oh, you didn't counter. I like getting kicked by girls.
There you go.
Let the lady go, that freak, or these people all get a bullet in their heads.
I think you should do what he says. It would be a shame to get blood all over my nice new outfit. What do you think?
So somebody's asking about the little plastic Joker teeth that were present in Arkham Asylum. These little chatter boxes that you could smash. And no, they're asking, did they get rid of that in Arkham City? And no, they did not. The Joker teeth are absolutely still present in Arkham City. They seem to be more limited to just specific areas rather than scattered throughout the entire city, but they are definitely there. There are also balloons to pop, security cameras to break. So there's a number of different types of things to find and destroy in this game.
Suicide. I need to disappear. Pick them off silently, one by one.
Don't you move, Batman.
So, yeah, Batman's got his smoke pellet, which is always good for getting out of
Good. Let's keep it
situations
that way.
where
Time to
thugs
survey the
have
room.
guns. Now,
Plan
Batman
out my
can't exactly
tactics.
take on a bunch of
4
armed
thugs, all armed,
guards
2
head on.
hostages.
So this is
This is
where
gonna
the
be
game
easy.
kind of introduces you to the more stealth combat elements, which play out again very similarly to how they did in Arkham
And take him down.
Asylum. But as the game progresses, you do get a hold of a few new tricks that let you do some things that you couldn't in the first game. Like, for instance, one item you get later in the game lets you disrupt the gun or basically disable the guns of enemies so that they can't fire. You can't overuse that item. It's very limited. Otherwise, it would make it way too easy. But it is a fun
He's just made it
gadget
easier
to
for me to get in
use.
behind him.
Can you maybe switch out of detective? Oh, it does it automatically. Yeah. The detective mode is very, very useful, and you definitely will need to rely on it at times, but unfortunately, of course, as in the first game, the game doesn't look quite as impressive
It's like you're in Tron a little.
Yeah. Yeah, sort of.
Take them both in one move.
I mean, most times I want to see people's skeletons, don't you?
No, I think that's a Kurtis thing. Nicely done. The double takedown.
The room is secure. You're safe now.
Yo, Batman.
All right, so Batman just leveled up.
So let's see, what kind of skills do we want?
Yeah, so as in Arkham Asylum, you level up throughout the game. You gain access to, you can make your Batsuit more protective. You also can gain new skills like the Batclaw Disarm, which is very useful. Lets you use your Batclaw to yank weapons out of enemies' hands. Critical strikes, which let you build up your combos much more quickly if you get the timing just right.
All right, I'm going to be a wuss and get armor out of this.
The ballistic armor or the melee armor?
The ballistic armor,
All
because
right.
guns hurt a lot in this
They
game.
sure do, yes. All right, so that's an upgrade purchased.
So we can take the time to talk to these firefighters and medics. And police officers, too.
Batman's a man of the people.
What the hell made that woman come in here and do all this? Why kill us?
Quinn's only priority is to protect Joker. She's dangerous.
So I see. Well, thanks, Batman. It's funny. I figured people would be grateful to have us here. I guess I was wrong. What about Stacy? Anyone going after her? I don't know if any of
Is she going to be all right?
I think so. She got hit in the head pretty hard when Harley Quinn came in. We should get a squad together. Hit back.
There's too many of them, officer. Stay here with the wounded.
Please, try and relax.
We're okay.
We were attacked
Let's see.
So the bullet, I think, came from... There's a door you need to go through to access the stairs up to the bell tower.
And it should be around...
It's near the
The
entrance.
gunshot came from the bell tower. I need to find a way up there.
Yeah. There it is.
See if I can talk to any of these other dudes.
The gunshot
the
came from the
asylum,
bell
I
tower.
volunteered to work
I need
They
to
don't have
find a
anything
way.
interesting to say.
He's talking to himself. Batman likes to talk to himself in this game.
Also, always be mindful of secrets. You never know where they're going to be. So I like to walk around in detective mode, even if it is a little ugly.
There's the gun. It looks like it's being controlled remotely by Joker.
Well, look who it is. I haven't seen you for... How long has it been? Let's see. There was an asylum, some monsters, and... Oh, that's right. You left me to die. Now, you probably don't remember it that way, but who cares? You just need to worry about the bombs. Hurry up now. Clock's ticking.
Time to get out of here.
Yep.
When he mentions bombs, that can't be a good thing.
Yeah. So it's the voice of Joker is again provided by Mark Hamill, who you may know better as Luke Skywalker from the Star Wars films, but he's been a voice actor for the Joker since the Batman animated series of the 90s, and I think he's just a fantastic Joker. Batman is voiced again by Kevin Conroy, who also voiced Batman in the animated series, and yeah, I think they're just both outstanding, and really in this game, I think all of the voice acting is pretty much uniformly terrific. All the villains and other characters you encounter are really brought to life by not only great writing, but also great voice acting. So what's Batman's current objective here?
We're hunting down the Joker, trying to find his base.
Okay, right. Oh yeah, we've got that radio signal strength indicator there on the screen.
Welcome, inmates. You are now taking your first tentative steps towards a better
Neon sign saying Joker's Funland. Might be a clue that this is Joker's base.
Yeah, I think it's just a diversion. This might be Mr. Freeze's lair.
Okay.
And all of his like snowman allies and everything.
Right. Maybe hit select just to make that view AR training prompt disappear from the screen.
Yeah, this is to understand how to fly and everything like that.
Yeah, it's also one of the side quests, and if you complete the first 4 AR, so the AR training take the form of these like holographic rings that you need to fly through, and if you do complete those first 4, you get an upgrade to your grapnel gun, which lets you boost off of grapple points if you have enough momentum going. So it's a really fun upgrade. So I recommend, if you can, when you have this game, put in the effort to try to pass those first 4. Go ahead and pop those balloons as long as we're right there too, Curtis. So, because I mentioned earlier, they're off the side to your right.
I'll do that as soon as I get out of Gears of War mode.
Right. Yeah, I apologize. Yeah. Anyway, try to. They're not that tricky. You just need to get the hang of dive bombing and lifting up, and then you can get that grapnel upgrade. Well, I just want to show popping one set of balloons. There's another set of balloons right there. You can just pop that one. Okay. Come on,
He's a little
Batman.
too close.
Usually it will lock onto him.
Probably need to get a better angle.
So this is, as I mentioned earlier, that there's still Joker teeth. There's also these balloons as well as security cameras and things to destroy within Arkham City. And yeah.
Gas masks? So, let's get this straight.
So we're entering the Joker's steel mill here. Not the safest way to get in. Well, the only way you can get in at this point, but obviously it presents some environmental dangers for Batman, but nothing that he can't handle. Gotta use your slide move to get under certain things. Slide is also a great way to kick and trip enemies in the heat of battle.
I need to cool down the coals somehow.
You can just jump straight across. Aha.
The nice thing is Batman can stand in his own explosions.
Yeah, he's impervious to that. But bad guys are not. Yay.
Joker wants you to think he's sick. Then wham! Gotcha. I don't know, man.
You can see there's a lot of guards, and a lot of them are armed.
Mess of guards, yes. And they have a doctor hostage.
Useless placards failed, Mr. J. You know what that means.
I believe there was actually something back the other way. Oh, guess not.
He's gonna think he's screwing over Mr. J. I need him back here like yesterday.
So yeah, the Joker's apparently very sick. They say he's dying.
Who was Harley talking about?
Sounds like she's declared war on Freeze.
Yeah, she sounded pissed. How's he connected to Joker and all this mess?
How should I know? She's always freaking out these days. Joker really must be sick after all.
I guess. I always figured he'd last forever, you know what I mean?
Maybe it's got something to do with
The
all that
steam is
crap
blocking
back
the
at
exit.
Arkham Island.
If I follow the pipe back, I may find a way to shut it down.
He was like some kind of freaking monster. He was huge. I thought he was gonna start ripping choppers out of the air.
And next time I see him, he's all normal looking.
Yeah, normal. Like he ever was normal.
Yeah.
Okay, whatever. He looked like the Joker.
Yeah, it was weird. I don't buy it. This is all part of Joker's plan. It must be. He's gonna be fine. He's just screwing with the bat.
Yeah,
You can take the, do the takedown.
as you can see here, all these guys are unarmed because they're in blue, so this is a lot safer place to pop out.
And yeah, you can do an instant takedown on unsuspecting enemies when you pop out of those grates. One thing you can do in this game that you couldn't in, I don't believe you could do in Arkham Asylum, is you can counter thrown objects. So if an enemy is throwing an object at you, like these guys are doing, it is possible to counter that and just throw it either right back at them or to face a different direction and throw it at other enemies. Ooh. And the more variety you work into your attacks, if you do incorporate gadgets and things like that, you do get an experience bonus for more varied techniques.
Sound up here. You can just stay down there and burn.
Alfred, Joker's holed up in the manager's office in the steel mill.
I'm sure you'll find a way, sir.
Of course I will. Some of his goons dragged a doctor away. I'm going to find her first, then deal with Joker.
Yeah, one neat thing you can do is scan trophies, and that marks them on your map so that you can get them at a later time. The pink or pink trophy in there is actually for Catwoman, and only Catwoman can pick up those trophies. So she does have her own set of Riddler trophies throughout the world to collect.
They've got that doorway covered. I need to find a different way to get past Joker's men.
you can see here, everybody is armed, so you can't fight them directly.
Better make sure you don't come too close then.
Easier said than done, man. You've never seen him in action.
And when
So this is a lot of stealth and kind of waiting around.
Harley wants him dead.
Although the best option is to usually get behind the enemies.
Yeah, I like to get behind them and do the silent takedown move. This one, that one, and then. Although a new thing in this game, I don't think it's this early on, but later what happens is that they're standing perfectly for a double takedown. Is it later the thugs, a lot of the armed thugs that you encounter have heartbeat monitors, and whichever supervillain they work for, be it the Penguin or Joker or whoever, is monitoring them, and if you take one out, even with the silent takedown, it will alert the others, so you have to be more cautious.
Come on, get close enough.
Oh, yep. Perfect. I love taking down stupid bad guys.
Let's see, how many more are in the room?
That one over there, well, of course, as in the first game, if one is dumb enough to stand right underneath one of the gargoyle things, you can do the inverted takedown where you hang from the gargoyle and catch them unawares and take them down.
That will alert the other guards, which, depending on your situation, is either good or bad.
Yeah, because then it'll get them to go to that area, and you can certainly use that to your advantage at times.
Is he gonna time it right? Yes.
Haha.
Looks like the rest of them are cleared, except for these two over here. Like that guy. And what about this last one? No, looks like he's gonna remain there.
Yeah, maybe, well, you can take him down, you can bust through take him down through the glass. Sweet.
How do you think poor Mr. Giant's gonna get this thing?
Can you stand?
Give me a second. What's wrong with these people? That crazy woman thinks I can fix the Joker.
What's wrong with him?
There's something in his blood. Some kind of toxin. It's killing him. He blames something called Titan.
Titan?
Yeah. Do you know what he's talking about? He kept going on about his last laugh.
Doc. Isn't that information supposed to be confidential?
What's happening? How does she know what we're saying?
Get that door sealed up nice and tight, boys. We don't want that fireman escaping, do we?
At least they won't be getting in. We're safe, right?
Wait here, Doctor.
What the hell are you doing?
I need to get out of here. Someone needs to stop Joker. Stay here. You'll be safe.
You sure?
If you hear anyone coming, hide. I'll be back.
We've got a new toy here.
Oh yeah, this is one that comes into play a lot throughout the game.
Of course, listening to Harley Quinn's messages.
If you see him, kill him.
I can't remember, are you just supposed to listen to them? Because I don't think you can actually slash at them. From what I recall...
I don't think you can destroy those, or I don't think it's one of the Riddler's challenges.
I think it comes up later on, and it's something you have to unlock, but for now, let's just ignore it.
Yeah.
There's a manhole somewhere around here. That one over there.
I should head back to the loading bay. It's the only route to Joker.
Yeah, so everywhere you go, or many places that you go, you'll see these kinds of things which you need to use your remote electrical charge to open gates or make machinery operate.
I believe this one is locked, so we can't get all the way through.
No, you can.
Oh, we can.
And this remote electrical charge you can also use in combat. You can zap enemies with it and kind of stun them.
I'm not scared of him. The door's welded shut, and he's just some freak in a costume.
Okay, then you stand in front.
So a question coming in is, did they work in a way to try to deter people from playing in detective mode throughout almost the entire game? I don't think so. I mean, I think you still can basically, play through most of the game in detective mode.
It gets rid of some of your HUD, like if you're put a custom bat location, you can't look at that while in detective mode. And that's about it. I think.
So I mean, you at the very least would need to switch back and forth maybe a little more. But no, I mean, to me, because I like the way the game looks so much and the atmosphere of it, I just naturally use detective mode as sort of little as possible, except to get a tactical awareness of a situation. But yeah, I mean, you definitely still can stay in detective mode throughout, most of the game if you want to.
There's the door, but we're gonna go this way.
Listen, if anyone asks about Mr. J, tell him it's fine. No, don't.
Okay, so we were in this room earlier. That's where there's Harley Quinn up there. And now, though, with our new toy, we can use this thing right here.
The other way. There we go.
Maybe I think you need to pull it back out.
Yeah, probably. Walking Batman's way into there.
Oh! So this is Hammer, or he has a Russian name too.
Abramovich, I believe it is.
I don't know if these are. I actually don't know if these are characters from the comics.
I'm pretty sure they're new characters.
Or yeah, so there's two brothers. They were Siamese twins, Hammer and Sickle. This is Hammer, obviously. They were conjoined twins. They've since been removed, but they each have obviously just the one arm. Very powerful enemies who you encounter a few times, throughout the course of the game. Yeah, see, so Kurtis just used the electrical gadget, which is great in this situation because if you hit Hammer with it, it makes him uncontrollably spin around, which I just love because it's kind of, if there's any nearby thugs, they feel the brunt of the hammer. Yeah. So the gadgets do, I mean, the core combat system is very much still the, in my opinion, outstanding combat system that existed in Arkham Asylum, but there's definitely some elements that kind of change it up with the gadgets. So, so somebody's asking, how differently does Catwoman play from Batman, or how does Robin play on the challenge mode? Catwoman, excuse me, her combat moves, the basic attack and counter stuff is pretty much identical to Batman's, and as far as getting around the city, she can use her whip in much the same way that Batman uses his grapnel. She does have a few special abilities for movement. She can hang on to certain ceilings and hang from the ceiling in certain places, which Batman can't do. but for the most part, and her gadgets are a little different. She has things that kind of trip up enemies, but basically, I mean, she does play very similarly. As for, though, when you're doing free roam with Catwoman, which you can do after you've beaten the game, you can free roam with either Batman or Catwoman. She can access a few places that Batman can't because of her ability to hang on the ceiling, and there are certain, as I said earlier, certain Riddler trophies that are there in those kinds of places that only she can collect. As for Robin, I have not had a chance to play as Robin. I don't think any of us.
I think it's part of a collector's edition, isn't it? Can you even purchase it?
I actually don't know the answer to that offhand, so I'm sorry to say I don't know much about how Robin plays in the challenge maps.
Nice of you to say, but you of all people should know there's plenty wrong with me.
Oh, the Joker's looking great as usual.
Yeah. Even for him, he's looking a little,
stuff is
ill, I guess you could say.
Because now
he's like peeling and everything.
A little bit of me in you too, bats.
So this is where the sort of primary motivation for the main story is revealed. You know, why on earth would Batman really help Joker try to find a cure for his ailment? Well, because Joker, being the crazy, the lunatic that he is, has injected Batman with some of his blood and the illness.
So they've been swapping fluids is the main thing.
Well, if you want to put it that way.
Oh, didn't I say? I've spent weeks shipping samples of my blood to emergency rooms all over the city.
So that's Protocol 10. Poison Gotham. I expected more.
Protocol 10? Never heard of it. Hold tight. I'll be in touch!
I'm listening.
Is someone feeling a little down?
What do you want?
Oh, Bat, cheer up. It won't kill you. Oops.
Where is the cure? Who has it?
I had our cold-hearted friend Mr. Freeze making it, but he's gone dark on me.
I'll find him.
I bet you.
Alfred, Joker's poisoned me. He may have poisoned Gotham too. Mr. Freeze has the only cure.
What are you waiting for then? He's in Arkham City. Find him.
If only it was that simple. He'll be somewhere cold. He needs to be kept at sub-zero temperatures to survive.
I don't wish to worry you, but it is the middle of winter out there.
I noticed. I've calibrated the cowl to track heat signatures. I'll find the coldest point in Arkham City.
Okay, so now Batman is hunting Freeze and using the temperature to do that, as you can see with the climate analyzer on the
Freeze's
screen.
lab must be this way. I'm definitely heading toward the coldest point.
Those prompts, unfortunately, that say like view new side mission and things like that don't disappear until you hit select to view them. So, Curtis, maybe when you get a chance, let's hit select and check out what this new side mission is.
Can anyone help me? Please, I'm trapped on the roof of the Gotham FM building up to the north. I don't know how much longer I can stay hidden. Someone's trying to kill me.
Yeah, that's not very important.
Okay.
Innocent people, they can go die.
So yeah, you'll be given access to a number of side missions throughout the game, which I basically each time I encountered one, I did it because I found them so interesting.
I've got to get in there.
But they are optional. You can kind of ignore them and stay focused on the main story if you choose to do so.
So what now? You two keep trying to get in. I'll blow their faces off if they try to get out. And then what?
We just grab Freeze and take him back to the Joker?
Sounds like a plan. Anybody got anything to smoke?
Nah, I'm out.
All Arkham prisoners are responsible for their own care. Limited medical resources are available to all prisoners in the Arkham Medical Center.
So someone's asking, is it true you can only get Catwoman online via the code? No, you can, if you say, you buy the game used, you can purchase the Catwoman content, when you fire up the game. I believe it's $10 on its own to get the Catwoman content. The ringing phone that you're seeing now, that's part of another side quest, which Kurtis is steadfastly ignoring. But when you, if you play the game yourselves, it's something I would recommend investigating, as it does make use of one of my favorite sort of Batman supporting characters.
Joker's crew are still outside, Mr. Cobblepot.
Good. Make sure it stays that way.
There's kind of a turf war happening in Arkham City, which you hear play out as you move around the city. You'll hear thugs of one supervillain talking trash about the thugs of another supervillain, or talking about that, that villain's plans. There's obviously a lot of tension between Joker and Penguin and Two-Face, and it's pretty cool to kind of hear that tension between the camps of the various supervillains.
No idea. All I know is Penguin wants it. It's good enough for me. We can't find it. It's not here.
Let's get this straight. Are you telling me that you are all so incompetent that you need me to come down there and help you search a room?
No. I mean...
Penguin's keeping track of his crew using heartbeat monitors. He'll know each time I take someone out. I need to move.
We need to be pretty fast to get by these heartbeat monitors.
What are you mucking me about? Fight him!
Yeah, so this is where these thugs have heartbeat monitors, so if you take one down, they'll all be alerted. Someone's asking, how does Catwoman stuff tie into the story, or is she just a side quest, like a DLC side quest thing? No, if you have the content loaded onto your console, then what will happen is periodically throughout the story, the perspective will shift from Batman to Catwoman, and you'll sort of see what Catwoman is up to at that point in time, and the things that she does. Well, her actions and she and Batman do kind of collide at a few points throughout the story. So if you don't have the Catwoman stuff on your console, Batman will still meet Catwoman occasionally throughout the story. So you'll see the entire story from Batman's perspective. You just won't have the benefit of knowing, you know, what Catwoman was doing when she was on her own. So they're just a handful of pretty brief chapters that that come up during the story, you know, from time to time, and it just switches over to Catwoman. And if you don't have the Catwoman stuff loaded onto your console at the time, but you get it later, you can play those chapters on their own, but they are more effective if you play them as they're like woven into the story as they're sort of intended to be.
I'm safe and sound here in my museum. Try and get me if you like. I've got plenty of surprises ready for you if you do. Starting right now.
That doesn't sound good.
Alfred.
Hello, sir. Have you retrieved the cure from Mr. Freeze?
There were complications. Penguin has got his hands on Freeze and trapped me in the GCPD building.
You do realize that you will actually die if you don't get this cure soon.
Thanks for reminding me, Alfred. I'm in a police building. Cobblepot's obviously bribed some official into giving him the lock codes for the municipal structures. I'm downloading the unlock codes right now.
Here's an instance of the very simple, but still kind of fun little hacking mini game where you just have to rotate the thumbsticks to find the password. The gadget obviously does most of the work. It does get a little trickier, some of the passwords later in the game, because, well, there's multiple possible passwords and only one of them actually works, but it's still pretty easy.
See, there's now a lot of Riddler question marks all over the church. So it might be worth investigating.
Yeah.
Let's see if can we unlock this terminal over here or not. So no, this is a joke, or this is a Riddler terminal. So we need his specific codes to get in that.
I find that side mission prompt a little distracting. Can you maybe hit select to just, yeah. So yeah, this actually is right here at the church. That is this side mission. So anyway, yeah, that's all. I believe this is, you know, the start of sort of the Riddler's big find all my, you know, answer all my riddles, find all my trophies sort of side quest.
Could it be that while you were out doing what you do, I, the Riddler, snuck in and took all those poor, stupid fools?
Where have you taken them?
Questions, questions, Dark Knight. It's not you who needs answers here, it's me. You answer my riddles and I tell you where they are. You answer my riddles and they don't die. So, shall we begin? I'm an instrument whose music always comes from the heart. What am I?
Okay. That one's a gimme. There's a huge instrument that fits the bill right there in front of you.
Well done. See, you can do it. Solve enough of my carefully constructed conundrums, and I'll tell you where the rest of my hostages are. The first is in the courtroom. I suggest you hurry. He may have been sentenced already. Don't get too comfortable, Dark Knight. All through Arkham City, deep undercover, are people working to ensure that I am informed of what the other so-called super criminals are planning right now. One of them is arranging a little welcoming committee for you outside.
So one of the things that this triggers is that there are now going to be Riddler informants throughout the game, in the combat situations that you encounter, and what you want to do is avoid knocking them out and knock out everyone else in the group, so that you can interrogate that person and get some information from them.
So yeah, a lot of it now involves avoiding their attacks and kind of just dodging them.
Yeah.
Because you don't want to accidentally knock them out.
Right.
I mean, you can hit them once or twice.
Yeah,
but
absolutely. But you do want to be careful to not finish them off before you've dealt with the other guys.
I know you work for Riddler.
Please, don't hurt me. I'll tell you what you want to
So
know.
the question is, have you tried playing in 3D? How is it? The 3D is very, very impressive. I mean, it looks kind of like you'd expect. It adds a lot of depth to the environment, just the Arkham City. So if you enjoy the 3D effect and you have, I'd say, it's definitely worth looking at. I kind of get tired of 3D after a little while, so it wasn't like how I wanted to actually play through the entire game, but it works. It works really well. The game is the layers of the environment and everything make it a great showcase for 3D.
What'd you see?
Nothing. It's just exploded.
What's the bat doing here?
So now that you've kind of started the Riddler quest, riddles kind of pop up on the screen as you move into different areas of the town, and just like if you may remember from Arkham Asylum, if you played that game, the answers. If you find an answer to a riddle, you tag it, and they're all over the city are details that are answers to the riddles that you have.
yeah, and if you can't remember what exactly the riddle was, you can go into these and check them out.
Yeah.
Invitation to party like the gods, be a bolt out of the blue. Park in his spot, and you may just get a ticket. Always a shining example of justice? Not if you ask me.
Yeah, and they're divided by the sort of district of town, so you can look at all the riddles that are for the part of town that you're in, and it helps to know what you're looking for.
This time around, let's go through the back. Hopefully it's unlocked.
Still don't get it. Why is this guy here?
I told you. Two-Face wants us to look after him. Stop Batman from getting. You spoke to Two-Face?
Somebody's asking, how long is the game? I did a number of side quests as I was progressing through the main story, and it took me probably 22 hours or so to reach the credits. and I'm still not close to feeling like I'm done with the game. I mean, I'm definitely going to go back and finish up side quests I haven't done, collect more Riddler trophies, and all that. So there's a ton of different things to do that will keep you busy for quite a while. It really kind of varies exactly what you want to get out of it. If you just want to plow through the main story, I don't know, I'd say you could probably do that in...
Well, like 10 hours.
Yeah, maybe 10, 12 hours, I suppose, if you're really focused on just doing that. But I think that there's enough compelling content in the side quests and surrounding the main quest that it's a game that is can certainly keep you busy for quite a while.
We had my friend. He stuck a knife in his leg. It means it's all my fault, but...
And then, of course, on top of that, there's the challenge maps.
Where is he?
If you want to really test your combat skills, they are, again, similar to what you had in Arkham Asylum. They're supported by leaderboards, so you can see how you measure up to your friends. And
it's just some numbers. 275325. I have no idea what they mean.
They sound like a radio frequency.
It's close enough, yeah, you don't need to get it. There you go, you can just keep going.
At last. I suppose I should fulfill my side of the agreement. A riddle for a bat. Can you solve it?
Did you figure out what the numbers mean?
Yes, it's just one of Riddler's games. He gave you something, right?
Yeah, it's just a box. I don't know what it does.
I'll figure it out. You should head back to the church. You'll be safer there.
Look what we can mess with it right now. Now we can do it.
Yeah.
Riddle me this. If you know me, you'll want to share me. But if you share me, I'll be gone. What am I?
Yep, Funkrit, that's the answer. No. Yeah.
Yeah, these wheels are a little annoying to control. You have to rotate the stick just kind of right.
There you go.
Well done, Dark Knight. You did it! Like a child learning to walk for the first time, I feel I should reward this miracle and give you the location of the poor, soon-to-be-dead doctor who is desperately crying out for help.
Riddler's loose in Arkham City. He's taken the guards from the church hostage.
As I recall, he's been incarcerated since you led the police to his location from Arkham Island. What does he want?
Revenge. He's leaving me radio frequencies, and he gave me a device to decode his riddles. They lead to map references within Arkham City. I'll let you know how I get on.
Now, before leaving, we did knock out an informant, so he's told us about a couple of riddles within here.
Yeah, there's the question marks indicate Riddler trophies, and the sort of brackets indicate riddles to answer. Catwoman. So we're being asked about Catwoman and Robin, whether they're restricted to their own challenge maps, their own specific challenges. No, I don't. I believe that you can play as the same challenge maps as Batman or as Catwoman. And again, as far as Robin goes, I haven't had a chance to test Robin out yet, so I don't know. But they do share the same challenge maps. Yeah, let's go down and say hello to. This is a character in there, character who some Batman comics fans may know. Calendar Man.
Halloween, Halloween, All Saints Day. Wake up the witches.
And what's really interesting is that when you talk to him, he mentions specific dates. Like right now, when you talk to him, he specifically mentions Halloween, which leads me to believe that if you come back and talk to him on Halloween, he'll say something different or something specific will happen. And one of the achievements is has something to do with Calendar Man and like 10 or 12 days throughout the year. So I think that that there'll be reasons to keep coming back and visit Calendar Man throughout the year. Someone's asking, how do you think Arkham City improves upon Arkham Asylum? I think the open world, which is really richly detailed and has a lot of different areas to explore. To me, I loved the world of Arkham Asylum, but I think that this is a much more varied and interesting world to explore. I think that movement is a lot more enjoyable in this game, just because you have so many opportunities to glide and sort of fly around the environment. And once you get the hang of the dive bomb maneuver to gain momentum, you can sort of just dive and rise and just fly around like a kind of like a bird, and that's a lot of fun. The Riddler, I think, his stuff is way more interesting in this game, because instead of just collecting the trophies that you find everywhere, there's puzzles that you kind of have to figure out to determine how to open the gates and get the trophies. And the side quests, I think, add a tremendous amount to this game. They make it a much richer Batman experience. So I definitely think that it's just more of everything that you liked about Arkham City. It's just bigger and better. Someone's asking about details about future DLC, new missions, more challenge maps. Unfortunately, I don't know any details about anything like that at this time.
All right, so we're off to find that Riddler hostage.
We're playing, by the way, without the Catwoman stuff loaded on. If we did have it loaded on, there would have been at least one Catwoman chapter that would have kind of happened in the course of the game that we've played, I believe. But we are, just staying focused on Batman right now and playing without that stuff at this point in time.
Actually, I'm mistaken. That is the objective for finding Mr. Freeze.
Oh.
The Riddler hostage is back here.
Okay. So as far as future DLC, there is a Nightwing pack coming out on November 1st with some new challenge maps and an Nightwing skin, an animated skin for Nightwing.
Kind of weird if he wasn't animated at all.
Well, yeah.
Nice T-pose Nightwing. There's going to be so if you got the game or pre-ordered the game from Best Buy, you got some bonus content with that. That's going to be made available on November 22nd to everybody. It'll be $6.99, and that's got some more challenge maps and skins, and then there will be further DLC that we don't have many details on just yet on December 6th.
And then there's also more DLC details. There's a Joker pack that's, we don't know exactly when that's going to be made available yet, but that does let you play as the Joker.
I'm hoping you're diseased in that one too.
Well, if you're playing as the Joker, you're certainly at least mentally diseased, if not physically diseased.
If you're just in the wheelchair the entire time, that would be great.
You're insane.
No, that would imply either mental illness or derangement. I suffer from neither. Oh, and yes, I can see you, Batman, and I look forward to watching you play. Well done, Dark Knight. You figured out how to open a door.
Hey, Batman! You've got to help me!
So the Riddler's hostages are all in these kinds of puzzle rooms that you need to kind of use your wits to figure out.
Get me off this thing!
There's no shame in cheating.
Should you get this on PS3 or 360? Somebody's asking. I played both versions. I didn't have. I mean, I felt that they both performed, you know, equally well and are both gorgeous to look at. I didn't have any technical issues really with either version. So I would say, you know, it's just a matter of personal preference. Is there any? Somebody's asking about multiplayer. There are leaderboards for the challenge rooms. That's like the extent of any sort of multiplayer features at this time for Arkham City. Somebody's asking, does Batman take fall damage? Is it possible to die or lose health from a high fall, or will Batman glide automatically? Batman does not take fall damage. I mean, even if you can dive bomb at great speed into the ground, and I guess he just has mastered the art of landing so as to not take any damage. So
I'm pretty sure he automatically spreads his cape out and lands gracefully each time.
Yeah, but I mean, it's still really fast. I mean, it's because I think, in any case, you don't take any damage from falling. Yeah.
Too soon, Dark Knight. The missing ingredient to finding hostages is secrets, and you don't have enough.
So to progress through Riddler's side quest further, to learn the location of more of his hostages, you need to find more of his trophies or answer more of his riddles, and he'll sort of periodically dole out information about where the hostages are located.
And you're going to need a lot of those, because I believe our progression on this side quest is pretty small.
Well, yeah, I mean, because we started basically a new game, and we've only collected like a handful of trophies and a small number of riddles. So yeah, I'd say at this point we probably should get back to focusing on the main story stuff. Do I know? Somebody's asking about the number of challenges total. You know, I don't know offhand. I mean, we can look at I want to say that it's like 140. Well, there's 140 medals, or I don't know offhand. I'm sorry. I should know that, but Curtis, you haven't spent much time with the challenge room stuff yet, have you?
Not really. So I'm not sure the number myself, but I think it is nearing like the hundreds or so. extra long.
Nope.
Riddler, talk.
Oh, crap. Okay, I just help him out.
The 436 Riddler challenges refers to all of the challenges within the story mode, like collecting his trophies, destroying security cameras and balloons and things, answering riddles, all of that stuff. That's a separate thing from the challenge maps themselves.
I don't think you understand the arrangement we have, Fish. You're supposed to be the one who does what I want. Last thing I need is some ugly son of a bitch coming back here and telling me you got beaten up by someone else. I've got a reputation to hold in here. Really think Batman will come here?
Maybe. It's back.
Okay, so there's 72 medals to earn for challenges, that the challenges that you get, you know, with the game that excludes DLC. Challenges you earn for there's obviously, it's kind of like Arkham Asylum. There's two basic types of challenges. There's the combat challenges where you just fight a bunch of dudes like Kurtis is doing right now. And then there's the Predator challenges, which are stealthy situations against enemies armed with guns. As for the campaign maps, there are 108 medals for the gold campaign challenges.
Going inside, I believe there's a poster over here.
Yeah, and we're going to answer a riddle here. Those are posters of Bruce Wayne. Right now we're playing, somebody's asking what difficulty level we're playing on. We're playing on normal right now. That's why enemies have the counter indicator lines that appear over their heads when they attack and things like that. You do have the option from the beginning of an easier or a...
Now, I never like fighting these knife guys.
You just gotta
keep dodging them over and over.
No. You don't have to do that. You can hold counter down and he will dodge all of their swipes. Or once you learn a special blade counter finisher, then yeah, you just need to, rather than tapping the button, you just want to hold it down as they like attack with the blade. But anyway, yeah, we're playing on the normal difficulty. You can choose easy or hard from the beginning as well. Okay, somebody's asking about how there were trophy maps in Arkham Asylum that kind of indicated where you could find Riddler trophies, and asking, are those in Arkham City? No, instead what Arkham City does is, you may have seen the Riddler informants. They're the thugs who are kind of coated in green that you see in battle sometimes, and if you interrogate, so they work for the Riddler, and if you interrogate them, they give you details on where you can find Riddler trophies and Riddler riddle answers. So that's this game's version of the trophy maps from the previous game.
I'll never get past the security. I should head back outside.
So you just said like challenge map unlocked, police brutality. As you collect Riddler trophies and do other Riddler challenges within the story mode, you unlock, you progressively unlock more of his challenge maps.
Let's see, do I have this other one unlocked? That's not what I want to do.
Work anyway.
Don't want to be that close.
Right, so right now we need to destroy these penguin jammers. Somebody's asking, why are there so many thugs on the streets? Is Arkham City abandoned? No, but Arkham City is just kind of an open-air prison, the whole idea of Arkham City. So after Arkham Asylum, there was a kind of prison crisis, and the solution that was sort of devised to solving to solving Gotham City's prison crisis was, let's just wall off this old decrepit part of town called North Gotham and just toss all the thugs and the supervillains in there and basically like let them kind of fend for themselves and fight and kill each other and all that. So yeah, they don't have to stay in cages or behind bars or anything, but they can't escape from the walled area that is Arkham City.
Always knew you were too cheap in the face, man. Get down here and prove me wrong.
That's how Batman solves his problems. Just put your fist to the monitor.
I'll need to destroy all three to shut it down. One jammer down. I should look for more.
What's going on out there? One of the jammer signals disappeared. Sorry, Mr. Cobblepot. I don't know. We'll find out. And while you're doing it, make sure the other jammer's safe, or I'll find you and I'll stick with you.
I believe I can scan this right now.
What? Yeah, you need to do that.
A couple blankets, scarves, earmuffs, anything. Freaking freezing here.
I'll come back to that one.
He's not even been here long, and she's already got weird plants growing all over the place. Working?
According to the log, all wave frequencies are being suppressed. The entire site is radio secure.
Nice. Where does Cobblepot get military-grade kit like this from?
He's a collector. He's got things you've never heard of in that museum. Crazy stuff.
Can get the drop on those guys.
No way, man.
And they'll only take out one of them, and that's kind of a problem sometimes.
Yeah,
Don't leave me hanging. Tell me.
Funny. That's what happened to the last guy.
What do you mean?
He was left hanging. Minus his legs, of course. Over a pit of rats. He did good. Lasted days. Cobblepot was pissed, so he fed him to his pet.
You're kidding me.
Do I look like I'm joking? Penguin's an animal. Just do what he says and keep your nose out of his business and you'll keep breathing.
Arkham City is ours.
I'm one man down. That's no good, is it? Still, I'm sure the rest of you will do your best not to disappoint me.
You heard what the Penguin said, right?
So yeah, so this is an instance where, so that these thugs have the heart monitors, then the Penguin can tell when one of them goes down, and so it kind of alerts them. So some of them go to investigate, but maybe not all of them. So you can kind of use that to your advantage.
Wake up, man! Come on! Wake up! How's he keep doing this? What's going on? Leave him. We've got more important things to be looking out for. What's wrong? Too scared to show yourself?
I've lost one of you idiots. Let's end it there.
You heard the penguin. Move it! Right. I found someone! What happened? Just wake up. Come on. Show yourself, chicken.
Batman's done something to the jammers up top. Where are the rest of you idiots?
We've only just managed to get below ground.
Just set it up wherever you are. Do it now. Batman's probably on his way down there. Understand?
Yes, sir, Mr. Cobblepot.
The signal's blocked again. Sounds like Penguin's final jammer was activated somewhere underneath Arkham City.
What's the bat doing here?
Look out! It's the bat! I'll fight you! Yeah, I get it. I knew you were too scared to face me, Batman!
There's a lot of guards here. You need to be very careful.
Someone's asking about the PC requirements. I don't have that information in front of me, what the PC requirements are, unfortunately.
Twist his neck.
Riddler leave those things around? Looks like his kind of thing.
Penguin sounded pissed.
Batman's been screwing with his plans.
Another question I don't have the answer to. If you're using one of the special Batman skins, the pre-order skins, are they visible during cutscenes, or does it revert to default Batman? I didn't get a chance to try any of the alternate skins, so I don't know the answer to that. I would assume that the cutscenes are. I believe that they're rendered, you know, real time, and that they would use the costume that you're wearing, but I can't say that with 100% certainty.
Can't you only change costumes after beating the game once, or can you do it by default? Because I recall when you beat it, it said something about being able to use new skins.
Right.
Let's see if this is a Wayne terminal or not.
It's hackable.
But the jammer's still in place.
Oh, right. So yeah, now we're heading down to the subways to disable the Penguin's final jamming device.
telling you, it's him.
It can't be.
It is. Look again. He looks big, right?
You can just punch through that, can't you?
Yeah, wood is easily breakable. It's always the stone that you have to use the explosives for.
Right.
But I'm sure it is. It's even got a name.
Solomon Grundy? Stupidest name I ever heard.
That's the thing you can...
The freaking man!
Wanted a chance to go up against that freak. But I thought he wanted us to drag this thing over to the Joker.
He did. I guess Batman's made him change his plan.
Who cares? Kill Batman, drag this thing to Joker, turn it on, and go back to Cobblepot as heroes. What?
Can you snap out of detective mode for just a second? I just love this old subway terminal. I just want people to get a look at it. There's a lot of cool environments that you get to throughout the game. This is one that I really like. Okay, yeah, I just wanted people to get a chance to see what it actually looks like.
Protect that thing. Don't let me down.
Who's screaming?
What?
Okay, spotted me.
So, someone's asking, besides Two-Face, Joker, Mr. Freeze, and Penguin, who else is in Arkham City? Well, there's definitely a number of other characters. I can tell you, for instance, that Bane makes an appearance, Zaz, but most of the other characters who appear in the game I'm not going to mention because I want people, I think part of the fun of the story is kind of discovering who is involved and who appears over the course of the story, so I want people to find out, because there are maybe a few kind of surprising appearances, and I want them to discover those for themselves.
Ooh, that's not good. And I'm out of smoke grenades at the moment.
But suffice to say, there are a number of Batman supporting villains and other characters who show up throughout the story. So I think Batman fans will be very pleased with the cast of this game.
I see what you're doing. How are you going to use those things if they're not here? Now! What? Came from over here, I'm sure of it. Where are you?
So you can see one of those guys is a Riddler informant, so if possible, you know, in situations like this, you want to keep that guy for last so you can get some information out of him. There you go. Yeah. Is he the last one?
I think so.
All right.
Hopefully.
Let's interrogate him.
I know you work for Riddler.
I mean, yes.
Okay. All right. Lim AK says Curtis needs to work on his predatoring skills.
Yeah, running around like crazy. That's kind of predatory.
You know, he got the job done, you know.
That was the last jammer. I should be able to get into the museum now.
So just again, so in addition to the story mode, well, other modes include once you beat the game, you do gain access to the New Game Plus option, which carries over all your gadgets, your upgrades, but also makes your life more difficult. It puts more difficult enemies earlier on in the game, and so it's more challenging. There's the Riddler's Revenge, which is the challenge maps. That's a whole assortment of maps that include combat challenges and predator challenges. And the predator challenges, to earn medals in the predator challenges, they give you specific goals. Like, for instance, you might need to pull 2 enemies off over a ledge at the same time, or things like that. So they require you to approach the game, the challenge, in a specific way, and to accomplish certain goals. There's the Catwoman story chapters. If you have the Catwoman content on your console, you can play those story chapters separately. And as for modes, that's basically about it. But certainly the story gives you all kinds of stuff to keep you busy for a long, long time. So someone's asking about the controls for the gadgets, the quick-fire controls for the gadgets in combat. Yeah, so you can use batarangs, you can use the electrical gadget, your bat claw, and the explosive gel in combat, and I might be forgetting one or two. The controls are very easy. It's just like left trigger and square, for instance, or left trigger and X to fire those off in combat. There's so many of them, and you might occasionally get mixed up, like, oh, I meant to use the gel and I used my batarangs instead, or whatever. But the controls are very easy. As far as a good question about how many bad guys can Batman fight at once, like what's the highest number? I don't know what the highest number is. It's certainly quite high. I mean, there's definitely combat situations in this game where you're fighting, I want to say at least...
Probably something like 15 or more.
Yeah, like a dozen or 15. I mean, it's, there are definitely times in this game where you will be mobbed with bad guys. All right, now that we can continue with heading towards where Mr. Freeze is located. That's a location, actually, that I really like, the place where Mr. Freeze is located.
What's the bat doing here? He's too chicken to face me.
You were saying something about being too chicken?
We'll kill you, Batman! I'll kill you, Bat! We'll kill you!
And we can listen in on voicemails from the Joker.
Whoa! I can't believe I didn't think of this earlier. A hotline straight to my bestest friend in the world. Just think, I can call you up whenever I get bored. I think our relationship
Joker does go on a bit, though.
Yeah, it's mostly for humor. Yeah. You don't really get anything out of story out of this.
Well, I mean, yeah, maybe. But, so this is one of my favorite buildings in Arkham City. This is an old museum where Penguin is holding Mr. Freeze. Although... yeah. Oh God!
Damn those animatronics.
Gotham City over 65 million years ago.
He's wearing body armor. I'll need to unleash a series of quick, focused attacks to penetrate his defenses.
Someone's asking about PC coming out later. I don't know exactly why that's happening. I mean, I assume it's just. I would hope it's just because they want to make sure that that performs properly, and maybe they were having some, you know, a few challenges with getting it to run as well as they want it to. But you know, I don't have any particular evidence to back that up. It's just my best guess. So here's your first encounter with thugs wearing body armor, who require you to use a specific technique called the beatdown to do damage to them, which is this crazy rapid-fire flurry of punches that Kurtis just performed. So Penguin has quite a collection here in the museum. He's got all kinds of things locked up in these display
you may want to hold
exhibits.
off on thanking him until after you've
And it's
answered my
part of the fun of this.
Who are you?
Of this location is kind of just going around and seeing all the stuff that the Penguin has collected.
Been in here since the beginning.
If Gordon sent you, you'll know the code.
Oh yeah. He said, oh man, what was it?
The code. Now.
It's Sarah. He said to tell you the code is Sarah.
You're safe, officer.
It's Jones, Batman. Elvis Jones.
Gordon always said he planned on sending your team in.
He wanted to know what was going on in here. I guess we found out. There were 10 of us. Hopefully, there still are.
I told Gordon it was too dangerous to send you in. Stay here. If the rest of your team is alive, I'll find them.
So yeah, let's explore some of the museum and see some of the exhibits that are around here.
Well, so there's there's a bunch of cops who need to rescue throughout the museum.
What do I need to do to stop you sending these goons into my home, Joker? Kill you?
I think there's a. If that one right there, I think, is there a human assassin in that one?
Yeah, most of these have corpses inside of them or nothing at all, but this is a real-life person in there. let's see if we have the upgrade in order to solve this one. No, it appears too far for us. So for a puzzle like this, you actually have to upgrade with...
The range, cryptographic range amplifier, yeah.
So we can come back to this later if we want to. Likewise, there's a trophy over here that we can't get for much later in the game due to a machine gun up there.
Oh, right. Alright, speaking of fights with a whole mess of guys, I think we might be about to see one.
A remote-controlled batarang can
It'll be coming after this gate that I'll need to open.
Yeah.
Are there any secrets in here, though?
Question about difficulty levels. There's 3 from the beginning that you can choose from: an easy, normal, and hard difficulty. With the hard one, among other things, removing the counters to make the counter icons that the lines over enemies' heads when they're about to attack. So it makes combat more challenging in that way. And then once you finish the game, there's the New Game Plus, which doesn't have, I don't believe, adjustable difficulties of its own, but is a more challenging experience in its own way because it puts more difficult enemies earlier in the game and other things to change the experience up a little bit.
Show them what we got.
So, Batman, you here for the cops? The Iceman? Or me?
I was only here for Freeze and the hostages. But now, I'm taking you down too.
Ooh, aren't you scary?
You're about to find out.
Am I really? Listen, I'm what you might call a collector. If someone wants it, I like to think I've got it. And if I don't have it, I'll get it. So here's the thing. Back there, I've got a cabinet with your name on it, just waiting to be built. And, as luck would have it, here you are, standing just where I want you. So, what do you think? Are you gonna be a good boy and give up nicely?
You're not giving orders here anymore, Cobblepot.
I was hoping you'd say that. Look around you. This horrible bunch of psychopaths are all begging to join up with me. But unfortunately for them, I only take the best. And today, best means whoever can kill you. Come on out, lads. It's initiation time. Show me his face.
Curtis, maybe if you can fire off like the explosive gel or something, the gadgets so people can get a sense of what that looks like.
Yeah, hopefully once I thin this herd a little bit, there's maybe a bit too much to use my gadgets right this second.
Alright, there you go. Yeah, the explosive gel. You can detonate that one, it'll take out her. Cool.
lone guy, you can show him off a little bit more.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not using them super practically at this moment.
No, just Batman's just having a little fun. There we go.
You weren't supposed to. You're forcing me to bring out the big guns. It doesn't look happy to see you, Batman. Good luck.
Finish up this battle with this Titan thug and the other guys, and then wrap this up. Yeah, you get to ride these guys around, charge them into other bad guys. Always effective.
Ooh.
Gonna die, Bat. This thing is gonna make sure you never walk.
A little hard to steer him, though.
Yeah.
He's got a mind of his own.
Yes, he does. Okay, well, on that note, I think we're gonna bring this to a close and let you hopefully experience the rest of the story for yourselves.
Yeah, there's a whole lot more to see. You'll be spending hours both on the storyline and unlocking all sorts of Riddler secrets and side quests involving so many Batman characters.
It's obviously for PS3 and 360, it's in stores today. It comes out for PC on November 15th, I believe. So PC players will have to wait a little while, but not too long, and it'll definitely be worth the wait, assuming that there's no major performance issues or anything like that. So anyway, on that note, Curtis, thanks for playing, and thanks all of you for watching. We'll see you on the next Now Playing.
Yeah, same bat time, same bat channel.